Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome again, and we'll get started on the congregational meeting. This is on behalf of Russ Kieselhorst. He's busy this morning at Wake Forest trying to recruit some football players, so I'm happy to be back up here again today. The 2023 Church Council, Chairman Russ Kieselhorst, Secretary Russ Bain. Still working on adult discipleship and youth discipleship. Pete Marty for properties. Mike Recht for evangelism. Laura McKee, financial secretary. Penny Recht, treasurer. And Tom Parsley, elder. Thank you all for your dedication. Here's the agenda, so we'll roll right into it. Outreach programs. Food pantry is going strong. Tom and Marjorie are out there right now. Thank you very much. Andrea has found a donor for some extra goodies, turkeys and eggplant parmesan that we're distributing as well. It's a good team effort from everybody in church. Food pantry status, we've got carryover from last year. And it includes some Thrivent grants from miscellaneous folks in our church. So right now we're holding our own. Last night was the Rise of Gru. How many folks were here? We had 3 new families from the community showed up. And this morning after service, it's chili cook-off day, so hope everybody's hungry. Parents' night out will be February 10th. The cost is $5, and it's great for the parents and great for the kids who show up for that event. And here's our schedule for 2023, month by month, at least through May. The infamous rummage sale, Saturday, May 27th. Kevin. And this is the whole scope of our outreach plan for the year. As always, we can always use more help. If you feel the desire to help with the outreach stuff, that's wonderful, or help on the Facebook stuff, or Pastor would be happy to keep training some new folks to get the word out. And thanks for our crew back in the back for everything you guys do too. Adult discipleship. Tom, would you like to take over? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so regarding the adult discipleship, we are keeping track of the statistics on who's visiting the websites, social media posts and all that. And you can see the long list of things that we are needing volunteers to help with. Right now, Pastor did a media interview. What day was it? Friday. And apparently spoke. Which upcoming events? The chili cook-off, I know. Yep. So the words, we're using whatever we can, but we could use help in terms of contacts and, now somebody that's got some knowledge of media. All these things are stuff that we're toying with to try to make better or to implement. So if there's something up there that you think you'd like to help out with, let Russ or Pastor or myself know. Oops, I went the wrong way. Sorry. Okay, so regarding Bible study, we've got 4 different Bible studies going on right now. We have our Sunday after worship Bible study. We have a Sunday before, the morning before church Bible. Then we have a Wednesday morning Bible study, and then we have a ladies' Bible study on Thursday. So those are active. We use Zoom for those, but pastor has had some people come to church, and we have that little media room set up over there next to the Sunday school room that we use for that with those TVs, and it works very well for Bible studies and informational exchanges. And also, if you've been on one of those, you know there's a fellowship period at the start and at the end. People talk to each other about stuff, and it's always good to stay connected as a church family. And we talked about Wednesday's Bible study. That's what we're talking about here. And then the ladies group meets every other Wednesday. I had that wrong, at 7. They're doing the book Boundaries, and they have fellowship, and they do all kinds of fun stuff together during the seasons. As the weather gets better, sometimes they're poolside. They just have a good gathering. There's a good group of ladies that do that. And if you know someone that'd like to participate, put them in contact with Linda, and she'll see that they get the information. Here's our Sunday morning. We're continuing the lawless and role of the law in today's church. And I was going to pronounce that word, but I'm just going to not, because it's a tongue tire. Antinomianism. Antonianism. Invite you for that as well. Okay, and then we have Sunday after Bible study. That we used to call it the 18-minute Bible study, but I think it probably runs a little longer than that now. And here's stuff that happens on a weekly basis or daily basis. Email. There's a email comes out every day with a devotion, and most of you know about that. A lot of people that don't come to church but are online watching it, they pay attention to that, because I have people who are on that list that I know, and they'll call me with questions about, or let me know that was cool, let us know that was cool, they like that, keep doing it, that kind of stuff. And the bottom one, I'm not sure, your time of grace devotions, is that a new thing we're talking about here?
Time of Grace is an organization that just kind of cherry picks the best preachers. If you ask my daughters, they love Pastor Jeremy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some of your nodding heads. So that's...
Yeah. And then we have youth discipleship. So we have one class, and we have a small teacher rotation for that. Today was a little larger than normal, which is good. We'd like to grow that. So if you have friends of yours that are thinking about getting their kids involved in Sunday school and in a nice, unscary environment, this would be a nice opportunity to bring them. And we thank you for participating in this program, educating our youth. I know a lot of you do it at home as well. It's good to be with other Christian children, It bolsters their faith as well. We have how many in confirmation class right now, Pastor? 2?
We're probably going to get a few more here in the next month or 2.
Yeah.
But yes, it is coming along.
And that is just a subject of who in the congregation is of age. And we had a large group over the last 5 years that have gone through. So we're in a little low period right now for that, but that it's a cycle. Property report. Do you want to take that on? Oh, I guess I'll finish up. That's fine. Pete's here today, and he can nod if I say something wrong. So we've had a little work outside going on. Ed Gamuka has jumped in Pete's medical absence and done a very nice job. I would like to just thank him personally. He does it so quietly and doesn't ever ask or say anything about it, but he's there when something needs to be done. So he's covered well for Pete, and Pete appreciates it very much. Yes, we've had a building fund noted in the line item budget. It's really for building maintenance. We did our pews. There was a pew fund that was set up like that, and we have other things. We need to fix this up here. If you come up and rub your finger on the grout and the brick, it's all falling out. So that's a high priority or a priority project when the weather gets nice to fix that up. And that's intensive labor and being on ladders, so we'll be looking for some young folks to help out on that. I don't think Pete's going to be allowed on a ladder again. And like I said, if you want to help out, just let him know. Because he won't ask, he'll just try to do it himself. So think about that. All right, high vac maintenance, we've had that just recently again. And again, here's Ed helping out. That concrete and redoing the signage was his. He just did it, just went and did it. So it's got a concrete base now, so the wind won't be blowing it over anytime soon. And again, thanks, Ed, for that. That was beautiful. Carpets have been cleaned. We've got new lighting put up every once in a while. We've got some more new banners. We had some help with some banners being corrected or whatever going on. We appreciate everyone stepping up for that. The nursery and the Bible study room have new paints, and the Bible study room has TV, and the nursery has a new TVs. Those are all upgrades. And the Bible study room looks great with double big TVs, and that was a good touch. Okay. So right now that used to be called building fund is now a facility repair fund, and we're $440 roughly in there right now. Okay, and then for my report, how do you find the live worship? Well, there it is in one slide, everything that you need to know. We have had an uptick in online views and minutes since January started. So that's an interesting phenomenon. We don't know if it'll keep up or why it's happening, but it's not just a slight uptick, it's a giant uptick. So that's could be a very, very good sign that we're reaching more people. And that's what we're all about here, right? In-person worship so far this year is 39. We had a couple of big days. End of the year, Christmas was a nice event, and then we had a couple other big ones. We had 41 today, so we're hanging around 40 right now for average attendance. And this is a review of 2022. We averaged 37 in-person and online views minutes. So, and this is just a pastor, I think you just updated this last night. 2022, we can see pretty stable so far this year in terms of membership and baptized members. We expect that trend to possibly stay the same or slightly up or down. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now about everything from food to politics, and we're one step closer to a big war than we were yesterday. There's a lot going on. Will people run to God in times of crisis, or will they hide? That's something that we each need to think and ponder in our hearts to reach out to others, because it's clear there's an instability going on out there, and people need God more than ever. And here's our list of needs, volunteers. I won't run down the list. You can see for yourself. It's substantial. We have a lot of people doing that. Our teens have done a wonderful job with the support for the worship service, and Nate carts himself down from Charlotte quite often to play with his mom here, accompanying in service. Just blessings that we have. We should not take that for granted. And this is the online Google Sheet that notes that we need people to sign up for things. So I'm urging you to look at the link, go online, and volunteer for ushering. If you want to get in the food pantry cycle, you can. We need a lot of help. Sound desk is taken care of pretty well, but we could always use another person or two to help out. And I guess I'm pushing especially for ushers. I'd like to see more volunteers for that. And it's on the website. You can see the little circled area down there that says member list, simple giving, all these things. And then I can't read the bottom one. Is that grants, which brings me to the Thrivent stuff. If you're able to do Thrivent grants, a number of people in the church have done that to help augment our income. They match funds. It's a very good thing to do if you can. It's mostly people that have Thrivent insurance, life insurance through Thrivent. They're very generous with their monies to congregations. And yes, and as an elder, this is something I spend time doing. If you know someone that's shut in, doesn't have to be a member of the church, that is lonely, needs help, you know them, you know what to do. You should be with them. You should be helping them, whatever you can do, and make a contact. If nothing more than to spend 5 minutes or drop off some baked goods or just to say hi. I have some in my neighborhood I do regularly. That's how I met Chris Mills, who you had the hospital thing for there. He's joined our church. And there's others I do. And I think we all have that in us to do something to help our neighbors. All right. You want to take over, Russ? The rest of it? I'm not a numbers guy.
I just wanted to plug, there is a survey that we sent out. Went out on Friday. We didn't get a whole lot of back. If you just help us give some feedback on what we're doing well, what we can do, what we can do better, that'd be fantastic.
Thank you, Tom Parsley, for that. The financial reports, 22 income and expenses. The income was $155,000. The expenses was higher than that, and a lot of that higher expense was the pew upholstery, reupholstery. So that's all squared away. And also we had some heating, ventilating, and air conditioner drip pan reinstalls, newly installed. So that was a few grand expenses there. 2023 year-to-date income and expenses. Obviously, that does not include today's income, so we should be fairly close to hitting the mark there. And our proposed budget, 2023, little uncertainty perhaps for this year, but God will provide, and those are our target incomes and expenses for 23. And currently, checking and savings account, a little north of 10,000, 11,000. There ends the congregational meeting. We have, it's time for chili and some fellowship. So we'd like to say the common table prayer. Come, Lord Jesus, be our guest, and let these gifts to us be blessed. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever. Thank you. Okay, let's go.